from Jerry Campbell lately?
No, out of touch. Thank you both for your patience.
Yes, and I'm glad you got your ATM. It's always good to have.
Oh,
Hi.
did you go to find one? Oh,
Yeah.
Beautiful day. Nice event.
CRW 40th
Love the hat.
birthday party.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was situated next to a block
know.
that couldn't
You
get
do a lot of
by
stuff.
with-
AYH used to do a lot of weekday rides, so I kind of forced the ice cream
There
ride
was a
on
section where they allowed
Wednesday
traffic
nights.
on.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, they don't exist that close anymore, but.
No, definitely not.
But, yeah, I
Yet
think,
another thing that has changed.
Susan's leading that thing. Poetry. Yeah, in Wellesley or in Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. We had a work party the other day, and I went to go get a cake. And ice cream cake called chocolate.
Long time ago.
So you'll,
Each have a wristband.
and then after that gets
One
the
of my
two
sons.
hats.
Oh yeah, that's.
And
name
name
Wait a
tags.
minute.
You
Wait a
just
minute.
need
Let me
to
see
fill
what
out
You know
the
what?
thing.
How about
Don you were president when I joined the club.
Huh?
You were president when I joined CRW.
right? Norman.
Is it Norman?
Fine.
Norman?
Yeah.
Oh, you remembered it? What time?
Oh, so South
It's the Robin
Boston.
Harbor?
Oh, it's still
Oh,
high
yes.
school.
No, it wasn't bad. We came right up on the street.
This particular bicycle was made made by Columbia. That was Colonel Pope. Colonel Pope, it was, I made it was 1876. It would not make better sense. 100th anniversary of the States. He discovered the bicycle that had been sent over from England. And so he bought rights to make it. And in due course, this is what he made. You can see his step is quite different from that, and he doesn't have any locking devices where the spokes have a brake on it, but you really don't use the brake much because you're virtually on top of the CG.
Right.
And I've broken my wrist in a couple of places going over. And,
That would be a header.
that's called a header, and it was a frequent thing. Guys actually have in the antique bicycle, they have medals that hang on and say header on them. In New Jersey, in Smithville, New Jersey, and was not married to the lady with which he was living. And this was back, I'm talking about probably 1885. Died here. There's a silent ratchet. When you put some tension on the leather, it throws the ratchets out. So when you're coasting, you don't have a click, 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 click down all the way down a hill. And of course, you can coast down a hill on this machine with greater abandon than the other because it has the wheel out in front. You actually, a fellow from Boston rode a machine like that all the way around the world, starting from Boston, riding to San Francisco, and going through China and India, and when he got to Azerbaijan, the bell was solid silver, and they drowned him. And 5 natives, and Uncle Sam found out the names of those 5 guys, but they were never brought to justice. But it's called a half-hearted Fort Victor because of the spring arrangement. Note the tremendous wide chain. These chains, of course, derived from agricultural equipment. And all of these we've talked about so far.
This is a fixed gear also?
This is a fixed gear. Anything before about anything, I don't believe they had anything but fixed gear before they had the pneumatic tire. When one of the challenges for the early pneumatic tire was to create a stem where you could pump the thing up and have some control over the pressure of the tire. But you can see the extent they went to. Can you lift that off, Ralph? Yeah, look at the spring here. The back part, of course, just snugged under this thing. It's all gone today.
No, we've had it. It's just, it literally, we're getting a new one
What
of
have we
these
done?
made, a new saddle for this spike. So it's right here.
Oh, there is a part. Yeah,
We're
okay.
getting a new saddle for it.
I didn't
So
see
it's
it.
getting a new one.
The next bike.
Yeah,
No,
won't be
this one,
original.
no, this one's not original, so we're okay with that.
So lift your foot, press the muscle and down and do this alternately. I've ridden one as much as 4 or 5 miles and you're exhausted.
Wow. But do you have a toe strap to lift your leg with your foot strapped on?
Nobody ever used it. He founded the Indian Motorcycle Company, among other things, and also the largest hospital in Springfield, Massachusetts, was founded by Hendy. And Hendy taught Roger Johnson, who was agent when I was a youth. And Roger Johnson taught me how to ride an ordinary when I was a youth. So I feel like George Hendy was almost like my granddad.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that bike up there.
Yeah.
You guys all know about that. This was made by a blacksmith. It is not a very sophisticated machine. It all went eventually when they got down to an embryonic back wheel. A fellow named Michaud, a Frenchman, and maybe one crank and hold the stick. And he said, gee, let's put cranks on the front of a so-called hobby horse. And a fellow, oh, thank you. A fellow was dated November the 23rd, some 1866. And I have a bicycle made by Mr. Mr. Whitty. It's solid rods. So every name and address and sure appreciate having you all come and listen to me, and I will enjoy meeting you outside over a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
President.
With Ralph Galen. He was president before me.
And he gave up his job for you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you did a great job because we're still here.
I'm
so.
still here, yeah.
Hi, are you here to register?
No.
I do too, it's playing.
Get to that delicious food first.
Should all the dry land change to sea, it will never make a change in me. I've got that old highways in my heart.
Oh, you don't want to cut on your age, neither do I.
I wouldn't have wanted to run it.
Please don't.
It's also the bounce.
Hey, Mr. Galen, you need a name tag. Everybody knows you.
I got back about 4. Would I feel this way? If this isn't love, then why do I thrill so? Why does my heart go speeding beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you? are sweet another. Sweet, sweet, sweet like a brother. That love don't come a knocking at the door no more. And as the years roll by, you sit and wonder why nobody calls you darling anymore. Forever that we are fighting, are waiting for you and for me. Our that we are fighting, are waiting for you and for me. Only you. If I had my way, dear. Sunshine there'd be every day. You would reign all alone like a...
Girl, 277 miles in 12 hours. Wow. No man had ever done it. That was Barrel Burke.
Or did you listen to wonder what
They had to do everything themselves.
If he's a subletter, then the landlord may have no rights. Only the person he's subbing it from, the landlord's rights are
That's why I'm always hanging around with you. I love you. Oh my dear, did I do? Oh my dear, honey, did I do? I'm glad that I'm your bunny down, honey. Did I do? I do, honey. Did I do? Oh, how I keep you all over one. I could take the day south today if I had you. I could cross a burning desert if I had you by my side. I could be a king there uncool, humble or poor, rich or renowned. There's nothing I couldn't do if I had you. I could show the world. If only I could see her. Oh, how.
Cutler West.
There you go. There you go. Thanks again, John. But for the cake cutting, I'd like to bring up
There's a name from the
our,
back. Sorry, John.
our all right. Anyway, I want to cut this first piece of cake.
Cut the cake.
Because I know the only thing standing between the cake and you eating is me. So let's get this going. And we're gonna sing Happy Birthday first. Okay.
Oh, my birthday's Monday.
All right, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear CRW. Happy birthday to you.
Come on, bring all the old curmudgeons up there.
Scoop out for you.
really bad
All right.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Cheers. There's plenty of cake at the catering stand over there, and when we get finished eating cake, we'll have our formal presentation and get things moving along. So.
All the footage today. So if you're interested, let either Rosalie, I'm sorry, or you can send a check in to Dawn if you're interested afterwards. But the cost should be about $15, and you know, if you're interested, definitely take advantage of that. And we have a special pin in their honor for all the hours of work and time they put into making this club what it is. And first, I'd like to start off with Barry Nelson. Let's have a big round of applause for Barry. Thank you. Going down the list to 1998, I'd like to recognize Tom Lynch. Tom, could you come on up?
Hey, Tom.
Yay, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Come on down. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for all your years of service. Thank you.
Can you read the years of service?
2. Each president. Oh, year. That was 1997, 98. Next on the list we have Doug Klein, who was president from 91 through 92. Speech. Thank you very much, Doug. Thanks.
I want a speech. We don't want it.
All right, thanks again.
It's worth the price when the price of admission.
Next serving from 1989 through 1990 is Jamie King. All right, Jamie, come on down.
Did you get that cake?
There you go. Thank you very much. Hope you wear that at every function you're at.
Eric.
Nice to meet you, Eric.
You're the current president?
Yes. Nice to meet you.
I'd like to thank everybody who was here for all those years with CRW. It was always a lot of fun. Long rides. What can I say? I'd like to say something. But I'll tell you, all good friends here, many years. Hopefully you'll have meet these great people, and 25, 30 years later,
We'll be doing this all over again, right? Yeah, exactly. It's only 10 years away.
Hey, Jamie.
Jamie, thanks for all those words of encouragement. That's great. Moving down the list, 1986, 1987, and 1988 was the term of Mike Hanover. Come on down. Hanover.
Just one point. Isn't it amazing the club still exists?
And once again, thanks for all those words of encouragement.
it wasn't for Mike.
Okay. 1983 and 1984, we had Joe Lewis.
Where's your bike, Jill?
Thanks, Jill. 1981 and 1982, Sam Johnson.
I'd just like to say, I don't want to steal Jamie's thunder, but it's Bertie and I are no longer active in the club because we have a place up in New Hampshire. We tend to go up there, but it was great to see everybody. It's been a long time, and I hope that we'll see you all again. But appreciate it very much. Thank you.
And Sam, thanks for taking time out and coming out today. It was really great to see you. How about 1980, John Springfield? Come on down.
Those of you who are interested in touring next year, Towards Rough East, which we do every year for the last 35 years, 100 miles on Saturday, 100 miles on Sunday. Start thinking now. Next year, the first week in June. See ya.
Thanks. All right, that brings us to we're gonna, sorry, just looking at the list here. Norm Satherthwaite, back in 1970.
Where is he?
Come on up. Twice in one day. Anything you'd like to say?
Can I talk for about an hour?
Sure. You're gonna get stung by the mob.
I just say I've enjoyed my association with Ralph Galen over many years. If any of you people are ever down at Pinehurst Village in Plymouth, I live with all the widows. Happiest days of my life. Just go into Pinehurst Village and ask for Norman. They'll know where I am. If anybody's looking for a place to sleep overnight, I got a couple of bunks down there. That's the day. Ralph, he'll tell you all.
Thank you, Norm. We might have to take you up on that offer. And sorry for this, but I did have one miss here on the list. Earl Foreman, who was president from 1978 through 79. Sorry about that, Earl.
Let's have an extra round of applause for Earl because I missed him.
It's strange to come and see so many people that I don't know in the cycling world. It's been a while since I've been involved. But it was lovely to see those of you who were cycling buddies at the time, and may the wind always be at your back.
Thanks again, Earl. That's great. That brings us to 1968. I'm sorry, 67, 68, and 1969. Ralph Galen. He did a little bit to put this together. I mean, not a whole lot. Ralph, thank you. Your pen. Do you have a few words you'd like to say?
I have a few words I'd like to say.
Remember the word few.
We have two charter members with us today. Bruce Bailey, where are you, Bruce?
Bruce departed.
He left. And George Bailey, his brother. That goes all the way back to the beginning. Now, my father-in-law was an immigrant Russian, and he used to say to me, "Don't never volunteer for nothing." But I volunteered for this job, and I am so glad that I did. It has been so much fun doing it. Bruce, I'm sorry, Eric, our president, has been so supportive, and being so supportive, I want to give him a copy of my book, 2 Wheels, 2 Years, and 3 Continents. Now, speaking of volunteering, I wasn't too much into this job, and another volunteer came along, Kimberly Fitch. Kimberly has done so much for us, and so willingly, and so supportively, and such great ideas that, Kimberly, I want you to come up here and be recognized, please. And I have a copy of my book for her, and it's my pleasure to give it to you. The CRW has been an inspiration to me for 40 years, and I want you to know that I've been asked to be the chairman on the 80th anniversary.
Hey, Ralph, I read that book. What about that girl in Italy? Any comments on her?
Don't tell Celeste.
See Ralph later if you have any questions on that. Well, I have a few thank yous to go out, and first of all, just looking at this audience, I mean, everyone here has put in thousands of hours collectively for the club, and just it goes a lot of times unthanked, but it's definitely shown in the way the club's grown over the years. I mean, so many people have been so good to this club. But, sure. Hold on. Yeah. Ralph would like to say something.
One other person we want to recognize, our old friend John Vanderpool. Stand up, John. All of those antique bikes in the museum were restored by John, and what a job he did.
Thank you. And thanks for the great tour you gave today. That was fantastic. In particular, who many of you may or may not know, is our longest serving officer in the club. And what I'd like to do in his honor is give him an old-fashioned hip hip hooray. So I would like to recognize Don Blake, who's been our treasurer, our board member forever. He's just done such a great job. Don, come on up. So on three, Don, thank you so much. On three, I'd like to give Don a big hip hip hooray. 1, 2, 3. Hip hip hooray! Don, thank you so much.
Great job, Don.
Fantastic. And I'd also like to thank Rosalie for helping out today, and my lovely wife Tracy for keeping me sane, keeping everyone together. And one of the things we'd like to do is kind of a parting shot today. Gene's request is we'd like to have some riders get on their bikes and ride up the hill off into the sunset for the parting shot, so we have something nice for the video. So show of volunteers who'd like to ride their bike. Get on the how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about we need about 20? How's that? Can we get 20? All right. So what time should we do that? What time is it now? We're calling for an early sunset today. So
all the time they're pushing us for community service. Go out there and do something in the community. Everyone here, I know, all the presidents and all the members and people who come here have been volunteering for things like in the club here forever, our community service. And you know, I've really enjoyed the volunteer time I've made with the club, and I bet everyone here can say the same thing. This has really been a great thing for everybody. It's a nice thing to give back to our bicycling community and all our friends. That's all.
Thank you, Jamie. It couldn't have been better said. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have a group photo on the hill in about 5 minutes, and then from the Narragansett Bay Wheelman.
On behalf of all your friends down south in Rhode Island, the Narragansett Bay Wheelman would like to congratulate you on this magnificent achievement. 40 years. Is this a life crisis or something?
It's getting close.
I also like to congratulate a number of riders that we see out this morning. A little unlike Monica and myself, who follow the Rhode Island technique of appearing for the talking and the eating, and also the good comradeship and friends that we have around here. Once again, congratulations to the CRW.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Send back over to Bob.
How's that flattest century in the East? Still flat?
Full to the brim.
Yeah. How many members? I mean, how many riders?
We upped it to 1,850 this year.